Hey guys, welcome back to Vince-Vell Custom. So today I'm sharing with you a project I did over the winter. This is head base display stands for Sideshow Collectibles Catwoman premium format. Now, when you buy the statue, she comes with two heads. Now, if you get the exclusive, you get two changeable hands, but if you buy the regular, it's just one hand, but you still get the two heads. So, over the winter, I was like, you know what, I want to sculpt up some, some kind of a display stand for the heads. Now, I did the Joker and Harley Quinn previously. You can check out that video of those head-based display stands. And so this is the Catwoman. Now, when I was coming up with the idea, I was like, you know what? I want to try to make it more like a bust that you can display. Like if you bought like an old-style Bowen-designed, bust back in the day where they were armless and everything. And I wanted to keep it that style. But I was also looking at the legendary scale bust from Sideshow and how they designed it. So I was like, you know what, maybe we could go in a smaller version. So I was working on it. I was coming up with the idea. I had to sculpt it from scratch, and everything, and just worked it out. But I was like, wait a second, do I do it with the cleavage and the zipper open? Do I don't? Because if I did it with the cleavage showing, trying to match the skin tone, it might not match other people's statues and stuff. So I'm like, you know what, it's like a catch-22. So I was like, alright, let me look online. So I was looking at some Adam Hughes artwork, and I was looking at cat suits, latex cat suits with women, and I saw the way Adam Hughes would draw it, and I was looking online. I was like, wait a second, he's actually using reference from real-life latex outfits. So I was like, you know what, I really like the way Adam Hughes draws it with the zipper up. So I was like, you know what, let me see if I can follow that style. So what I did is, once I pretty much worked out the breasts and the whole shoulders, collarbones, and neck and everything, I was like, okay, so let's go from here. So I was like, alright, I need to add a zipper. And I'm like, I'm never going to be able to sculpt a zipper, so here's my original one. And I'm just like, you know what, how am I going to get this zipper sculpted? And I was like, wait a second, now I remembered, I had a lot of, Harley Quinn premium format outfits that I tore up, working on a lot of customs, and it has a zipper in the back. So I was like, you know what, let me cut out this zipper, and then I put it together, and what I did is I attached it here, and then I started sculpting out all these little wrinkles and stuff, like it's stretching out with the breasts hanging down and all that. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. But when I did this back piece and everything, it's kind of empty, over in here. And I was like, what can I come up with? So after going through a lot of my parts and a lot of my stuff, I had these diamonds. So I was like, you know what? Let's see what it would look with some diamonds on the back. So I placed them there. I was like, yeah, that's going to be kind of cool. It's different. It kind of screams Catwoman, but it's kind of a cool design. And I'm just running with it and having fun. So what I came up with the idea was, in the back, she's got these clear, diamonds. So I figured, that's kind of cool. It's like, she's holding these diamonds behind her back, and it's kind of a little bit stylized, and it's just a little bit of fun, I know that, at first I was like, you know what, the exclusive comes with a hand, extra hand. I was like, maybe I could design it where you put the hand in the back, but then there's two different hands, and then it has a bag, and I'm like, it's going to look weird, it's not going to look right, not everybody has an exclusive. So I just said, let me find the middle ground. So I did is I found the middle ground. So this is what I came up with. Just kind of had some fun with it. I wanted to make sure, I did it like Adam Hughes style. I know a lot of people like the, goggles up version on their statue the most, but I kind of, with the goggles down on the bust, it kind of looks really cool. It's like, it almost screams that, this was a bust made to be like this. And I just, I ran with it. Now, as far as the paint was a little bit difficult. I used Tamiya gloss black, I used Tamiya regular black, and then I glossed it because I do a lot of tests. I want to make sure I'm going to match it, because you're not matching the outfit, you're actually matching the headpiece, because you want to make sure this is kind of looking like that. So after I was messing around with it, I was like, you know what, none of these acrylic out of the tubes are working. I'm not getting that, look of that helmet. So I was like, let me do another test. So I grabbed a Duplicolor gloss black out of a Rattle Clan, and I sprayed it, and I was like, that's it, that's the paint, so all these statues are, in China factories are sprayed out of, whatever, and I was like, this is matching it. So the only problem with that, though, is when I painted it up, I had to do a primer, fill a primer, and I had to sand it down and smooth it, and then what I had to do is I had to do a primer sealer, and then I had to do the gloss black. It's kind of a process like I'm doing Alclad Chrome. But basically it's the same thing of getting this gloss black where it's not, it's not flat, it's not over glossy, and it's kind of matching the head. So that's what I came up with. So, that's what I came up. So it was a fun winter project. I didn't really have any traditional like drawings on paper. I just kind of just started winging it. It was just a matter of, you know, kind of throwing some Aves, bending it up, or using like kind of like what did I use? I used a bunch of Aves that kind of glued it together, and then I started sculpting out the shoulders, the breasts, and just kind of ran with it. And what I'll do is do a real quick video of how you can get the magnet. You can display it without the magnet. You don't need to, but if you really want to have that security with the magnet, we'll go over into the studio and I'll show you that real quick, and we'll come back. Okay guys, so we're going to put the magnet in. So what you do is you take the head and you take the magnet and you make sure it connects correctly. So once it's connected, you take a marker and you just give yourself a little mark, and that's where it's got to go downwards. So you take the magnet off of there, and what I've been using lately is this BSI gel glue. I like this stuff a lot more. Using super glue creates a cloud of residue, and especially with it being black, if you were to use glue in here, it might cloud up around, and you can actually get a cloudy edge around here because super glue's got that heavy fumes. But the BSI gels or the glues are way better. So basically all you have to do is take the piece off. There's a little hole in here basically. What I did is I drilled it so if you were to drop the magnet in there, it doesn't, it goes flush. So as you can kind of see, it goes in there pretty well. So what you do is take that out, take your glue, go in there pretty well, and then what you want to make sure is that little black dot goes downwards, and you want to kind of drop it in. Now for this part here, you want to use some kind of a wood stick, because if you use any kind of metal, it will just, you'll pull it back up with the magnet. So, and then if you have any of the Insta-Set, which makes your life a lot easier, you can take some Insta-Set and you can drop it around in there, and it cures up real fast. And just make sure it goes down, and that's it. So you let that dry, and you put the magnet in. You just want to make sure it kind of came back up, so that's what you don't want to do. So I'm showing you, you got to let it sit and dry. So take that off, and you have to do it all over again. So that's what you don't want to do. So your magnet's all sticky, it's got the glue around it, and it's a pain. So what you want to do is you get your other magnet, or you can clean off that glue, you make your mark again, and you do the same thing all over again, as you can see. So that's pretty much how you do it. Just like I said, when you put it in there and you put the glue, just let it dry, and that's what you do. Just showing you what not to do. Just give it time, and it works out pretty well. So we'll go back to the final video. Okay, so there you go. That's how you put the magnets into the head bases. Hopefully you guys liked the way it came out, and had a lot of fun. So we'll be back with more videos. Thanks for watching.